Did you know that the proper lighting can make or break the beauty of your reef aquarium, and that the beauty is just not inside the aquarium, but the outside? So we're going to examine that closely coming up right now. You have to love reefing. In this video, you will learn how to mount this beautiful light fixture to your gorgeous reef aquarium. We will go in step-by-step detail to show you the proper mounting and how well it looks on the reef aquarium. But let's touch a very important topic, the topic of consideration. What considerations must you take before installing this beautiful light fixture? Let's take a look at some of the considerations you may have before placing a beautiful reef aquarium in a living room, in a den, in a study, in your basement. Most of these aquarium light fixture mounts are very utilitarian. So does it make sense to put something that's very utilitarian in your living room? And also take into consideration the number one factor, the spouse factor. And it's not only the spouse factor, because there are many hobbyists that still live with their parents. So you have to take the parent factor into consideration as well, because the parent is going to tell you, no, that looks ugly. You don't want an ugly tank in a living room. You want something that's beautiful. Not only does it have to look beautiful inside, but it has to look beautiful outside. And in order for that to happen, you need to take some things into consideration. For example, many of the mounting kits out there are very utilitarian. Okay, now, like the GNC lights comes with a hanging kit. However, how many people want to drill into their ceiling to hang their light fixture? Not many. What about also installing frames that would come off the wall or come from behind the tank? But again, those are very utilitarian. So now GNC came up with a beautiful option called the bridge option. Now, this option is absolutely spectacular, but you have to leave it to the Italians, right? The Italians are very well known for their food and also for their fashion sense. Now, you look globally at anything that has to deal with fashion, architecture, the Italians come up on top. And they did a great job with this light fixture and also the bridge that's mounted on top of it. Very Italian, very beautiful. It can take a rimless tank and make it look elegant. And that's something that you want to consider when you're placing it in the living room or you're placing it in a den. You want to consider the aesthetics of the tank, not just the components inside, but everything on the outside, and that you can enhance it by decorating around it and it doesn't interfere with the decoration of the room. These are things that must be considered before taking a look at what you want to do with your aquarium. Now, let's take a look at some of the fixtures that are out there, right? They're very utilitarian. Take, for example, this. Now, these are black arms that stick outside of the aquarium. And as you can see from a distance, it's not that it has no eye appeal, right? You can't look at this and go, oh my God, this is beautiful. It's not. Okay, then there is off the wall or from the ceiling. Here's an example of lights being mounted from the ceiling. You look at this and you say, it's not that great looking. It looks great as a float, but how many people can actually place a hole in the ceiling to mount these light fixtures? Not many. And can the sheetrock support that light fixture? That's the other situation. So these things have to be taken into consideration. Also, you take a look at some of the ones that have aluminum framing. Now, these aluminum framing also may have some kind of appeal, but if you're putting it in the living room where there's gorgeous decoration around it, this is not going to look very good because it looks utilitarian. So let's step away from this and let's look at how nicely designed the GNC mounting is. And if you have different lights, I'm sure you can get the GNC mounting kit, right? Their beautiful bridge. And then you can place that with your fixture and accommodate your fixture on it. I'm sure there's ways around that. But let's take a look let's mount this GNC light to this Reef Aquarium. Let's take a quick look at the unboxing of the bridge. We will speed through it quickly. Here is the opening of the box, which is very well packaged. Here is the bridge for the X in the larger box, and in the smaller box is the bridge for the XM. Here is the arms to the bridge. Perfect. And now let's take a look at the installation. All the acrylic pieces come with a white covering on them, very similar to a tape, to protect the acrylic. You will have to remove all of this like tape. In this clip, we're placing the support beam to the acrylic mount, and it's really very straightforward and simple. Anyone can follow the directions easily. Under close examination, you can see that these pieces of acrylic have all been flame polished, so it gives it a very classical, clear, professional look. We're going to speed through this clip to show you how we're removing the old arms, the black utilitarian arms, and placing the bridge on it. You can see here how beautiful this bridge is without the fixture. Once we placed the fixture on the bridge, we measured both sides to make sure that it was centered properly. We fastened all the bolts properly just to make sure that it was nice and tight and everything would hold together well. As you can witness for yourself from this video, you can see the beautiful lines of this bridge, the gorgeous lines of the light fixture all together, coming together to make this beautiful masterpiece. I would have to say this is a work of art. If you found this video helpful, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so anytime we come out with new content, it's there and available for you. And also, if you're interested in the GNC, take a look at this video, as this video will go over the specs, features, and options. See you next time on Vargas Reef. You have to love reefing.